for any question, answer, or anything in your mind to answer your question so that I can reach to you for your local difficulties also with my experience of 16 years, handling 16,000 cases and surrendering my degree for only for the doctor and becoming a lawyer for the Supreme Court. I was also a doctor like you, but 2012, I've surrendered my medical degree, opted for medical bar council registration, which was mandate part. Today, I'm practicing in Supreme Court and High Courts. I've got a team of thousands of advocates across the country. In-house also, I've got a multiple team of advocates only protecting doctors in a country. So with my experience, I shared my experience. Now over to you, Srinivas and Praveen, for further question answer if at all anything is there. Thank you all delegates. Thanks to Dr. Srinivas, Dr. Praveen, and all other people, delegates who taken pain, and very special thanks to IDEA people for organizing something like this, and to Lakshmikant, who was always there to do all such a thing. Thank you all. Yes, Dr. Srinivas, I'm always there for my people.
Thank you so much, sir. That was very enlightening, and especially you have mentioned everything in so much detail about record keeping and how good communication is important to save ourselves from medical litigations and all the problems which can arise, in cosmetic dentistry and other aspects. Very well presented, sir, and we have definitely a lot of things we have taken from your presentation today. And I'm myself surprised because even I don't maintain proper records, so now definitely that has definitely I'll go back and work on those things. So definitely it has helped all of us, and very good presentation. So thank you very much, sir. And I think after listening to your presentation, we might have to disturb you from some other time also in case.
I'm always available.
We'll definitely will take your services, sir. We are very happy with your presentation, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, dear.
Sir, I have one doubt actually. It's like when you said that for any RTA or any other case of trauma, when the patient visits to us, we have to inform the police. But certain times what we do is like we write it on the OP slip that the patient has informed us that this is due to a road traffic accident, and we don't inform the police. And later on, they have some litigation with the. So at that time, do we fall into the law network of MLC, or otherwise it's okay?
Very true, Praveen. I'll tell you, any written word against the law or act available in the country is null and void. Like taking up from patient that I don't want to inform a police, on place don't inform a police, or taking in writing or putting on your prescription not for medical legal use are not going to save you. That is against the law. Law says that if it is accident, it is your duty to intimate. They have not said that you do investigation. It is a road traffic accident or fight between two people or what happened. You are not concerned about that. People may say that I just fallen and got tooth broken, but there could be history of fighting between two people, which may go to the court of law. Tomorrow it may happen that other people have got murdered also. You don't know what happened there. So where the history of the patient comes and where you find that there is suspicion in that particular case, please do inform MLC. I know it is very difficult, but I don't say that in every single case. But wherever your gut feeling says, it is simple procedure. You need to write on your OPD sheet and send to the police. That's all. Your job is over. Send to your ward boy or peon or whoever, submit to the police. If police is not taking that, do a registered deed to them. Because such a patient with the name such, contact number, email ID, accompanied by this person, came with this history. It is just to intimate. History of fallen and there is a bleeding in upper tooth or whatever. I am doing a prior treatment. It's just for your intimation. So wherever your gut feeling says, I definitely will advise you to do MLC in such a now. See, it's not possible in every cases, but wherever is possible, tomorrow you should be safeguarded. By taking writing is not going to save you. Someone has raised the hand. I don't know. If anyone wants to ask a question, they can raise a hand. We will allow them to talk and they can ask their question also, because today by mistake they have booked a webinar instead of Zoom meeting. So we cannot see all the people. But if all the delegates who are wanted to have questions can raise their hand and we will speak to them. Someone has raised the hand and then taken down. Yes, Praveen. Any other question from the delegates? Any other question, Praveen, from your side? Yes, Nishant has raised the hand. Praveen, if you allow me, I'll allow Nishant to speak.
Yes, sir, definitely. Sir.
Yeah, Nishant, you can speak, please.
Yeah, good morning, sir. Thank
Morning.
you for such a nice enlightenment session. Sir, but basically with our regular dental practice, all the records that we write will remain with the patient now, sir. As
All
you
the
have
medical
said, we must, whatever the record of data that we make, we must do it in a proper way. But what if in a case, if the recording was done very properly, and if the patient is smart enough to say that I don't have any records, but you have done so and so, and I'm gonna sue you. So in that case, how would it go?
Very good question, Nishant. There's two aspects in that. One, patient when goes to the court of law, they need to submit all your documents. Secondly, if you got a fear that patients are going to play such a role that not submitting your record to the court of law because being an OPD sheet, it goes with the patient. I advise that you keep a record from your side and give a prescription to the patient and mentioning that all medical records are with us. So you can keep a record like consent paper, treatment sheet, and all the continuation sheet with you as a one docket, which every doctor says with the name of the patient. And you just give a piece of paper to the patient. If patient want to have a medical record, they can give in writing to you. As per the law, 72 hours time you have got to examine the patient, examine the papers and all. And after 72 hours, you can call the patient, give a Xerox copy to the patient, take a signature on application, and that is going to be a record for him. Not to all the patient, only patient who demand the medical records. So medical records can be with you also. There's no law which says that patient should be given at every time and every moment. OPD, normally we write everything on OPD paper and it goes with the patient. That's the reason we don't have a record. But always see that you have a keep record with you to safeguard yourself.
Yeah, and thank you, sir. And one more thing, sir. With respect to consent taking, is it that we can take a customized or consent, or is there any standard specific consent for each specialty? Because I
I'll
have
tell you,
no
Nishant, I've
idea.
spoken a lot on consent. You can go on YouTube channel of Doctors Risk Medical Legal Service or Advocate Dr. Mishra's channel. You will find consent topic was consent. I have taken almost more than an hour speech because consent is already defined and finalized in our country after the case of Kashmir Kohli, where the Honorable Supreme Court has already gone through detail about the consent in this country, followed in medical practice and settled the law of the consent from 2004, which we are still not following. But you need to follow the consent procedure as per the law. One. Secondly, very latest judgment of 2006. In that, what second option was there of customized consent is only been settled by the Honorable Supreme Court that you need to have a consent for every single procedure differently. And secondly, on 6th July 2020, I'm talking about last year itself, the Honorable National Commission has given a judgment, a first time which has shaken the whole medical fraternity, where the Honorable National Commission said that pre-printed consent form, which is across the country used by every single doctor, pre-printed consent form with some blank space on that, with the signature of the patient and witness, is unfair trade practice, is a high-headedness of the center, and 10 lakhs penalty is given to the hospital. So thereafter, it has been challenged in Supreme Court, but is pending in Supreme Court. Till the time Supreme Court overrules this judgment holds good in the country. And today, pre-printed consent form is not going to be a good consent form in a country because this has already been decided by the court. So you need to have a handwriting consent, preferably in patient's handwriting, preferably in patient's language, for having a good consent in this country.
Thank you.
Any other question? Any other audience wanted to? They can raise their hand.
Sir, actually, means like I think what you said was printed in the newspaper today itself. That pre-printed consent form regarding one of the cases. I think pre-printed consent form has not been accepted, and that got printed in the newspaper today, which I think had got
last year's judgment.
Last year's judgment, okay, sir. Because in a lot of groups, it got circulated today.
Yeah, it
can
is
we
true.
have a video consent, sir, for if not a means like a written consent?
Video consent is good consent, but today, if at all we need to make this as an evidence part in a court of law, there is IT Act which comes in a picture. IT rules of 2000 comes in a picture. IP addresses come in a picture, and lots of other technological domain comes in a picture. So by and large, today, video consent and audio consent not much accepted in a court of law. For any of the consent, written consent is good, but video consent is also good for the purpose of investigation, not as evident. Because morphing can be done, voice over can be done. So it will become very difficult to prove the video or audio of the people unless forensic people certify it. So video consent is a good piece of paper for the purpose of investigation. And secondly, whenever you are taking a video consent, my advice to every single doctor here to inform and take a consent of the patient that we are taking a video consent. Like if you go to mall, you will find very big board, you are under CCTV surveillance. Means without intimating opponent or opposite party, you cannot sue. It comes under the privacy and confidentiality policy of the country.
So one more question. So this written consent, it has to be in the, I understand it has to be in the language which is understood by the patient. And this has to be taken on a letterhead or on a plain paper?
Any piece of paper. It works, any piece, simple piece of paper also works. Because witness is there to say that, yes, in front of me, doctor has explained, and you need to have a two witness of your own, not of the patient. Because that witness is going to speak in your favor. If it is patient witness, they are going to speak in their favor. So have a witness of your own who can say that, yes, I was there, I was present when doctor was explaining this patient in their language and the patient has given consent and signed.
Sir, one question which is, of course, not in the line that we were discussing now, because this topic has come. A lot of clinics have CC cameras in their premises. Do they have to have some certain permission to have CC cameras, or just
they don't need a permission, but they need to stick. You are under CCTV surveillance.
That should be enough.
That intimation to be given to every single person who comes to the clinic, affixing a notice on notice board or keeping a board of the same, mentioning that you are under CCTV surveillance. So hope no questions are there. I'm always glad to be with you all people. Yes, Srinivas and Praveen, I'm always there for all people. Anytime you can disturb me for any topic in medical law. I'm there. My services for my people. I always see that my people should be safeguarded. I'll definitely advise you repeatedly. I'm saying, and that is my experience, which I have got in the country in last 16 years, that change is imminent. And if you don't adopt a change, you will be out of the race. You can see all the people who have not adopted the change, including the product, including the Premier Padmini, who has not adopted the change, is out of the race. So telemedicine is going to be the future of the country. Believe me, my friend. Down the line, 5 years, you repent on that. So today, adopt it as a new change of practice. Try to cater 10 districts around you to become a very famous doctor and get a good practice done by telemedicine, by promoting you. And it is available free of charge to you. You can go to Play Store today itself. Just put direct doc of My Wellness Technology or Complete Wellness of My Wellness Technology. The two softwares are available for you. It is done by My Wellness because I am there. My Wellness Technology, direct doc. You put your charges, you put your timings, get registered free of charge. You get 90% of your stake. For Complete Wellness, they do marketing. 50% you need to share for the marketing. Both the application you can download and both the places you can be a part and enjoy telemedicine. Within a year, you will be so handy with that particular application that you are going to have a roaring practice. Rather, 80% of practice is only going to be a telemedicine of yours also. So future is that, demanding that. Please don't ever lose this opportunity. We always do when others start doing and we lose the race. Rather, you start doing, let other people follow you and you enjoy the cake of this particular new domain. With this, I really thank all the delegates here for allowing me to speak. Thanks to Srinivas sir, thanks to Praveen, thanks to Lakshmikant, and IDA people who have really made. Dr. Snail, very thank to you. And for all IDA people who have really made. I'm always available for my people. Professional indemnity policy, yes, available for you in very cheap rate, very economic rate, with the highest services. Medical legal service policy is also available for you. You can trouble me. My video has got my number. You can keep my number. I never say no to my doctor, even if you're not attached to me. So if there is emergency, you can call me 5-10 times. So I'll understand it is an emergency. If not emergency, give one call. I'll call you back whenever I'm free. So my number is also with my video. You can write down the number and you can always be in touch with me. Thank you very much for all your time. Thank you.